This is Two Teachers Chat with your hosts, Brenda McCrate and Peggy Wilbur.
Good morning, Peggy.
Hi, Brenda. How are you?
I'm great.
We are Two Teachers Chat.
Yes, we are. So what are we talking about today, my friend?
Today is very exciting. You know how through our past videos we have talked about the importance of modeling.
Absolutely. It's important for everything.
It is. It's for learning. That's how the brain learns best.
Mirror neurons. We know about that.
That's right. So today we thought we would do some modeling and have you model something that is near and dear to your heart. So I'm going to move away and let you do it. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to read part of a book that I love. It was the first book my daughter ever read by herself. So it holds a very special place in my heart. And it's called Leo the Late Bloomer. I'm actually going to go ahead and model questioning and answering. How to ask yourself a question, because good readers ask themselves questions, and then how to find the answer in the text. And if you model it in what I call a two-tier model, you're showing the kids instead of just telling them, but you're also pointing out how you do it. Okay, you're thinking out loud for the kids. We know that good readers ask themselves questions and answer them before they read a book, during the time they're reading it, while they're reading it, and even after they've finished a book. So boys and girls, I'm going to start out with a question before I start reading the book. Leo the Late Bloomer. And I'm going to ask myself, I wonder which one of them is Leo. Now, I really don't know. I suppose it could be the snake as well, but I kind of see Leo in the middle, so I'm going to predict that the little tiger is Leo because he's right in the middle of the picture. What should we do in order to be able to tell if that's Leo? That's right, we're going to read the book. Leo couldn't do anything right. He couldn't read. Ooh, I think I've found my answer to my question. Leo is sitting here and everybody else is reading, which means that I was right. The little tiger is Leo. He couldn't write owl, elephant, snake, plover. Oh, that must be what the bird is called, a plover. Crocodile. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with Leo's writing? See, I asked myself a question. Oh, do you have an answer? Okay, if you think you have the answer, I want you to put your thumb right in front of your heart. And I want you to listen as I come up with my answer and see if you agree with me. So I'm looking at this writing and I see that the other animals have made letters, but Leo's writing is just up and down and it doesn't look like a real letter. So I think that he doesn't know how to make letters yet and he's kind of just scribbling, we would call it. He was a sloppy eater and he never said a word. So the owl says hoot and the elephant says thump and the snake says hiss and the plover says pip and the crocodile says crunch. You're wondering why he doesn't say anything. I think that's a very good question. Does anybody have a prediction? Why do you think he's not saying anything? You think he's littler than everybody else? Yeah, what do you think? He's shy. Raise your hand if sometimes you feel shy. Oh, yes. And do shy people tend to talk a lot? No, they don't. Oh, that was very good thinking, both of you. What's the matter with Leo? Asked Leo's father. Nothing, said Leo's mother. Leo is just a late bloomer. Better late than never, thought Leo's father. Now, boys and girls, I'm thinking of another question, and that is, what does it mean to be a late bloomer? That's a tough one. And so I'm going to go back to the story. And this is what we do, boys and girls, when we're trying to figure out an answer. So I'm going to look back and let's see. He couldn't draw and everybody else could. He couldn't write and everybody else could. That's right. He couldn't read and everybody else could. Oh, and yes, we saw that he didn't talk when everybody else talked. Well, I'm thinking that a late bloomer, if they're all about the same age, then he can't do the things the other kids can do, the other animals. I'm thinking that maybe a late bloomer means he isn't grown up yet enough to do things. And I know with flowers, my background experience with flowers is that some of them come up in the spring, like the tulips and the daffodils, and others don't come up until summer, like roses and daisies and things like that. And we would call those late bloomers. They come up later. So maybe he's like a flower that hasn't bloomed yet. Let's go ahead and see. So I would read the rest of the book and I would ask more questions. And if you're planning a read aloud, sticky notes are your friends, because you can put sticky notes with your modeled questions and on whatever page they need to be, and that makes sure that you ask those. So plan your questions, little stickies. Well, the book is over, and we asked a lot of questions while we were reading the book, and we asked ourselves questions even before the book started. And now I'm going to ask one more question after the book is over. And I'm going to ask you guys to just think about it. If you have an answer, put your thumb over your heart. Here's my question. How did Leo feel when he finally got to read and write and draw? You have a lot of answers. Good. Turn and talk to your neighbor about that, and let's hear what you think. You mean he was really happy? Oh, I agree. Yeah, he felt like Mom knew best and Mom was right. And oh, I agree. He really felt like he was finally grown up. Boys and girls, let's think about this. Have we asked ourselves some questions before, during, and after reading this book? Absolutely. So the Tier 2 part is explaining to them how I find the answers. And the model for you is listening to me ask and answer questions. A little bit of Tier 2 modeling for you is that the read aloud can become your central time for teaching. It can be such a tool to model and have the kids practice all the skills that they need for comprehension, even fluency, making connections, all kinds of reading skills. So use your read aloud. Use it well and use it often.
Thank you for watching 2 Teachers Chat. Until next time, and remember, teachers touch lives forever.